Waiting for server. Okay. There we go. And yeah, we're going. Okay. Now here's my question. Can I zoom this out in?
There's none of that.
Okay. Now,
Listen, I don't care. I'll still fight him, and I get 20% of his purchase, right? I'll be done.
We're good.
okay. Can you leave that so I can see the screen? Okay. Oh, okay.
What happens on this ads, you have to press play and ads will keep
I don't
coming
care
up.
what you say, just show up. Okay, just be there. Okay, I hope you do. I hope you're there.
Say
Right.
skip, but it's gonna make noise.
He's gonna be tough to fight.
Yeah. But we're still going to stream whether there's an ad on there or not. And they can do that, right? Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, even you like 6 weeks before, like, I mean, that's what I told myself. Like, listen, I know this phone is up, I'm not trading.
I'll tell you when the next one goes.
Oh, really? Well, we had trained to come at the same time, like he was alive. I looked before we wrestled, you know what I mean? So what do you think you're gonna do when we fight? Like, you're obviously you can't wrestle me, you can't do anything else. You for surely can't do anything else. Yeah. I like that one.
See, yeah, I'm just going to see if I can't prop this up somewhere.
Said, you want to write some stuff out? So when you're ready, you can start the sheet. Stay calm.
Hey, you got a wallet? Yeah, your phone. Can you put your phone on silent?
We're ready. Whenever you guys are ready.
Okay.
You want to wait a little bit? Or
No.
They're still coming in.
Hold on back up.
Oh, yeah. You want to wait 5 minutes? Got it. That's fine, please. It's a nice spot.
Hey, that's attaboy. Thanks.
Good. I know, like,
As long as it's available, you know, that was making sure.
it's better. That's what we found too. Like, you have somebody that sells before you have a fighter. Because you need to focus.
Search and try and get out and be ready to go again.
So you good?
Omari. I need you to switch chairs. No, don't move it. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
That's why I wanted, that's why I talked to you, know what I mean? You want to go out and try to.
It's like trying to steal one of our people. We're still looking at carry skills. It's like a little guy where he's trying to show off. She's just one of the exercises. We did for a while.
That's why, that's. You guys are all. And you both stay in it, really. You know, it's a little one that you're getting between a little trigger, a little. I do both out. Yeah, we could. I'm down.
Because they don't show up.
They, I mean, not your guys, not the wrestlers. Not the wrestlers.
You know,
the wrestlers. The wrestlers are the
matchmaker.
that was good. Who is this? Because we were 130 round, I was worried about like how big my forms looked, and I was wearing shoes like an idiot. I was like, oh my god, you know, you're not with these guys are like, how big are my shoes? How big are you? 5'6", 5'6". You know, I mean, I didn't know that these are probably for you. Go scout them at the gym for you. It was first class. I mean, it's different if, like, you know, if you're not shaved or whatever. But he's just straight together.
Check it out. Be careful when you're.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's going to show you walking by.
That's the owner of the hotel guy. He's
Am I going to speak for a long period of time somewhere?
Huh?
Everybody need to speak now.
They will. It'll keep coming out. I've already tried. It's not like a real dress shirt. Yeah.
Okay. All right, it's good to go.
You ready? I got your thing.
Like I tried to, like, well, let me see. And I was like, I was gonna look him up. They both guys. I go, yeah, bro.
Oh, well, there you go. It ain't everything. Well,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're not comfortable with what you're doing. You're getting what you want.
What's the name?
I was at the ramp about 6-7 years ago. They had like no, I'm missing here. Because I was in Charleston. I was staying in Charleston.
You can move on over.
Nah.
I don't know about that. I can fix that. Danny. That's all dollars.
You're not supposed to split questions. You're ready.
Butch, you're on, Daddy. Good luck. No. Only doing this. Oh. Trying to trick you? Well, what else can I do? I'm going to introduce you to the we're going to take my buddies. All right. Say, fellas, I feel a little intimidated right now. Hi, kids. Do I need this? Do I actually need this microphone? All the way in the back there. Can you hear me? Hey, first of all, thanks very much for taking the time out and coming out here. We appreciate it. I want to welcome everybody out here to the official headquarters, I guess, for lack of a better term, for the big event, first big MMA event in Charleston, down at the Civic Center. So I'd like to thank all of you for taking the time to come out. We're going to be the official hotel. We'll have the official weigh-in here. Should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. It'll be my first weigh-in that we've ever hosted here. So it'll be a first for you guys, a first for us, and a first for the state of West Virginia and the city of Charleston. I don't have much to offer, but I got a guy here who knows everything there is to know about this event. We're going to bring in Butch Hiles. Butch is the promoter and jack of all trades in this particular event. So if you just give me a quick, everyone's going to welcome Butch Hiles. They're all yours, Daddy.
Thanks for having us. It's good to actually know everybody, so this makes it a lot easier. First of all, we'd like to thank Mardi Gras Casinos for having us here. This venue is awesome, so we appreciate that. We know that all the fighters are going to really like staying here, and most importantly, probably gambling and spending money, which will be pretty good. This event coming to Charleston is, we think, going to be the biggest event in history for MMA. Like so far, since MMA is coming back, or came back to West Virginia, our ticket sales are above any other event that's already occurred. So that's a good credit to all these fighters that we have fighting. It's a credit to the fans that we have in Charleston, all around the surrounding area that's coming down. We're really excited to put out a big show. You know, a lot of times there's MMA events around the country, and especially West Virginia, but we're trying to do something a little bit different, trying to make it special. So we have, you know, what we think is the best fighters that you can have. We've got local fighters that are amazing. We have guys coming in that fought in the UFC, guys that are currently fighting in the UFC. So we're trying to make it the best event that we possibly make it. We're really thankful that everybody's coming out and supporting it. So that all being said, you know, we want to try to get some press for these fighters. So we'll start fielding some questions from them. Hopefully go from there. But what we have here today, which would be easiest to do, we have Matt Garrett's there on the end. All these guys are professional fighters. This is a professional event. Matt here is from Charleston, West Virginia. He's been fighting a long time. He's got a tough fight. We have Michael Crawford from Kentucky. It's going to be good. Next up, we have Ryan Shank. He's a local guy who's also went to high school here. He's a local wrestler. He's got a tough fight coming up. All these guys got tough fights, and that's what we want. We want a good show coming up. We've got Wes Lane here, another Charleston guy. So we're trying to put all the Charleston guys on the same side, so we can have them up here well represented. We've got Brandon Hinkle here, the main event. Got a really tough fight coming from a guy from Florida. I'm sure he's going to put on a good show. We got Cornelius Godfrey. He's one of the best 135-pound fighters around. So definitely we're going to have a lot of action that night. I'm excited to see it. I'm sure everybody else.
First question came in from Bluegrass MMA for Ryan Shank. Just want to know, Scruggs is a guy that's got a strong wrestling background, just like yourself. How do you feel about fighting a guy with similar qualities as you?
I'm not too bothered by it. Been able to train with Spencer Fisher a lot lately, so I'm feeling a whole lot more confident in my stand-up. So I'm happy wherever the fight goes. It stays on the feet, if it goes to the ground, I feel confident.
This one came in from Pro MMA Now for Brandon. With this fight, are you looking for another run at the UFC? And do you believe with your experience in the sport, does it give you an advantage over your opponent?
Oh, absolutely. I'm looking to make a run again at the UFC. I feel great. I'm back down to light heavyweight for the first time in, I'd say 6 or 7 years. And my training camps went great. Helped my trainer Tom Poe and my boxing coach Artie Thompson. Your second question, of course, I believe my experience in the sport is going to help me. Like you said, Greg, there's not too many things I haven't seen. Like I've told many people, my first fight was 1 30-minute round, bare knuckles, headbutts in Brazil. So I've seen the sport come full circle, and I hope to be in the sport for not a real long time, but a few years more. And I want to take this opportunity to thank Butch for bringing me down here. My sponsors, Smitty'sFloors.com, Big Bully Nutrition, WrestlingCornerRugs.com, and give a shout out to all the West Liberty wrestlers out there, past, present, and future.
Third question came in for Cornelius. It's from Pro MMA. With the win over Hickey, where do you see yourself on the national scene at 6-0? And how many more fights would you like to see yourself have in 2012?
With the win over Hickey, hopefully I can get picked up by any big organization. But if not, I'll still fight anywhere. I'm looking to fight as many times as I can in 2012.
For Wes Lane, there's some awesome nicknames in the sport. What's up with the Limp Noodle?
Limp Noodle was thrown at me when I was getting ready for my first fight. Really didn't have a nickname, and that was one that was thrown out, and it was kind of funny. It was just meant for that one time, and it kind of stuck after that.
From Bluegrass MMA for Brandon, did the opponent change have an effect on your game plan coming into this fight?
No, to tell you the truth, I think Alonzo Rowan is gonna be a tougher opponent for me than Sam, and he's an up and comer. He's a tough guy, but you know, at this point in my career and the way my training camp's going and how I'm looking at the gym, unless he's top 20 in the world, he's going to get ran over like a truck. And if he is, then it'll be a great fight here for the fans of Charleston.
Absolutely. Matt Garrett, can you explain how you prepared for a very tough and game opponent in Michael Cockerham?
Mainly what I did, I watched some old videos of him. I looked at videos myself to really see what the holes in my game were. And then I worked on improving those parts of my game and, you know, like I said, turn it into something I can use. So, let's say my striking was bad, I make sure to get my striking better. I always train every aspect of my game, but I work for weak spots this time just to strengthen it. Cardio is always an issue for any fight, so I'm just making sure that's up.
Okay. Second, I have another question before you came in from Twitter. We know you've been a major draw for this event, being a local guy. How do you feel about fighting in your hometown?
I'm actually really excited to be fighting my hometown. It's like the pressure's finally off because I'm now a hometown guy. You know, I'm not going to somebody else's backyard, you know, being booed all the time. But no, it feels really good, and I'm glad I have the support of everybody. I'm really glad everybody was around to do this.
Claims another victim.
Butch, this one came in on Facebook.
Introducing new International Delight
It said, Rome wasn't built in a day, and this event has been a long time coming. What does this event mean to you, being here in your hometown and finally getting to bring the mecca of the sport to where you started from?
You know, this event is really important to all of us, really. I mean, I think everybody agrees that Charleston and the state of West Virginia is like a place to be. And on top of that, the Civic Center is a place to be. A lot of events, even Morgantown, they come down to Charleston to play. So everybody wants to be here. I think if you're going to do a show, that's where you should do it. You know, we had options. We have, you know, there's going to be other people that come to Charleston trying to do shows, new shows. But you want, you know, we want this to be the most prestigious thing it can be, you know, for these fighters. It's, you know, people forget this whole show is about the guys that are fighting. It's not about me or anybody else. And I think the most important thing I can do as a promoter and as a fan of the sport is put these guys on the biggest venue that we can possibly put them on, and that's the Civic Center. You know, seats 13,000 people. Hopefully we have, you know, several thousand there. You know, it's getting a lot of media attention. It's getting just a lot of press coverage across the internet for being, you know, the first event in Charleston. And I hope that, you know, the fighters enjoy this, and I hope that everybody else that's part of it enjoys it. All of our sponsors enjoy it. I mean, we're really giving back to everybody that's a part of it, and that's the most important thing. We're not just going out there and you know, using these guys for my benefit. It's all about them. That's why we're having press conferences. That's why we're having events. That's why we're doing, you know, everything we can do to showcase these fighters. And in my opinion, unfortunately, you know, everybody forgets that. You know, people start off on the right track, starting events, and after they make a few dollars, they forget that the fighters are the reason we have the show. They're the number one priority. I think we've done a great job showcasing that. I'm thankful that it's in Charleston.
For Wes Lane, how does it feel to know you get to sleep in your own bed the night before a fight?
It's nice, man. I mean, it's a lot more comfortable than hotels for sure. I mean, it means a lot. I mean, you prepare all week to lose weight, you make that weight cut, and then you go back to the hotel. It's no fun, man. So now you get to go to your own gym, cut the weight, go back to your own bed, weigh in, and drive about 10 minutes to the arena, man.
Cornelius, this one came in on Twitter. What's been the focus of your camp, your training camp coming up to this fight, and with this being the second fight in a major venue in West Virginia, how do you feel about it?
My focus has been a lot of cage defense, you know, working off the cage and defending takedowns and working my jiu-jitsu off my back. And fighting again in West Virginia is always an honor, man. It's my home state, you know. And in Huntington, Morgantown, anywhere, Charleston, it's great to represent my state. I'm definitely gonna represent.
Matt Garrison, do you have a specific game plan that you're looking to
Well,
put
I mean,
forward?
you know, I know what kind of fighter he is. I know what kind of fighter I maintain to be. I like to keep on my feet as long as I can. You know, if it goes to the ground, so be it. It's not a weak spot for me. I definitely don't feel it's a weak spot. But I like to see where I can take it on the feet, you know, just really show what I can do.
For Brandon, you fought in some of the biggest venues and most hostile environments in the world. How do you feel about bringing your talents to the Civic Center and fighting a guy out of Florida?
I'm excited. I'm expecting this to be I'm hoping to be a hometown favorite here. You know, I got some West Virginia in me. So I'm looking forward to it. And you know, like I told Butch, I have a definite connection to West Virginia. You know, wrestling for West Liberty and you know, living in Weirton, West Virginia for years, and I'm right over the river now in Steubenville training. And so I spent a lot of time in Charleston when I was working as a bodyguard, and I think the Civic Center is a great. I told Butch this when he was first said he's put on the show that I want to get involved because I always said this was one of the venues I'd love to fight in, and you know, I'm excited. I mean, I got a bunch of fans coming down, a bunch of old teammates coming down, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Ryan Shank, what would your first pro win inside the Charleston Civic Center mean to you?
It doesn't really matter where it is, you know, I just want to win. I like to win. You know, it's all about getting a win. It doesn't matter where it is.
Second, how's the training camp been for this fight?
Good. Really improved my stand-up. Like I said, got to work out with Spencer a ton, and you know, I really felt like I made great strides in the stand-up department. Feeling really comfortable.
Maybe I have a couple questions for you guys while waiting for maybe a couple other questions to come in. Brandon, where did you get your nickname at? Iron Lion.
Actually, I got my nickname at IBC6 from Waleed Ishmael. You're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, you know him. I was pretty beat up. It was a 20-minute war, and he looked at me. He said, "You had like lions who tried to hit the face," and then he grabbed my arm and he said, "Like iron." And I go, "Oh, like the Bob Marley song." That's my nickname. So that's how I got it. Also, I'm sorry, I wanted to forget one of my sponsors, Tri-State Medical Group, and say hello to all my friends and family in Jefferson, Ohio. Jeff to the death.
Same thing for Cornelius. I mean, you don't have nicknames or anything about that, or do you?
I have a nickname. Yeah, I had nicknames since I turned pro. It's the Executioner.
That's right.
And the reason I picked Executioner is I grew up a big Bernard Hopkins fan, and I'm a big boxing fan. So I like the way he does work, and that's why I picked Executioner.
Me and Chris Albert, did you guys find out as Spencer was coming out? Was that it?
He said if we can get away now.
Do you guys have questions, everyone? Anybody?
I got something to say about, you know, when you're talking about Butch treating the fighters right. I think that comes from, you know, the years of work he put in, you know, becoming a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and, you know, training all these fighters. And I know that now that I'm getting a little of the promoting thing, it is about the fighters. And if you're not a fighter, you don't understand that. So it takes, you know, it takes a little bit of, you know, empathy to know how hard this sport is, and how hard the grappling is, and how hard the striking is, and so, you know, I appreciate it, and I think it's going to be a great show, and if you don't have your tickets, better get them quick.
While we're waiting, I would like to thank a couple of my sponsors. I'd like to thank Butch House for putting the show on and letting me get an opportunity to fight in front of everybody in West Virginia. I'd like to thank Bluegrass MMA and Pro MMA Now. Them guys are great. They do great interviews and they're good people. I'd like to thank BJ's of Logan. You know, I'd like to thank Greg Maynard for putting me in the card. I'd like to thank Uptown, one of my sponsors. I'd like to thank Foundation Fight Company for hooking me up with my gear.
I have a question for Ryan Shane. Going from, you know, all the weight classes you fought in, do you feel comfortable with the weight class you're in, and do you think you'll stay there for the long haul?
Well, this one's a catch weight of 180, so, you know, I'm not going to stick there, but 170, yeah, I'm still young. just 20. I'm going to grow, so I feel fine staying at 170 and growing into my body.
Wes Lane, how's your training camp been for this fight, and do you feel comfortable coming into the fight with Chris Sally?
Training's going great, man. It's going to be a first time at 135 pounds, and it seems the weight cut's been going great, man. I'm down to 145 right now, so I was a little ahead of schedule, I think. But Chris Sally, seen a video or two, and he seems to be a stand-up kind of guy, and it's perfect. Perfect.
Chris Sally sent word, said that he doesn't think you can stand with him. Being a pro boxer, how do you feel about that?
I'm glad he's coming in with that, because we're going to show him who can stand up, and we'll see who gets that mat first.
While we're waiting here in a second, so have Wes, your wife is selling hemp noodles as well, is that correct?
Yes, my wife, Crystal Lane, she is sitting at Advanced Auto, and she's been there since 11:30. She'll be there at about 3 o'clock. She's selling limp noodle shirts. She's actually selling tickets to the fight and actually limp noodles, man. I mean, you gotta go out and get the first noodle gear. I mean, it's available. Go get it.
I got something. I want to send a shout out to Charleston's own Derek Williams, one of my wrestlers, one of Butch's guys. It's his birthday, and he graduates today. So congratulations, Diesel, and thanks for Intimidation Clothing too. I didn't forget about you, Luke.
Cornelius, you finished all 5 opponents coming into this one as a professional. Obviously, you're going to be looking for a stoppage in this one too.
Absolutely. I mean, I train countless rounds, 5-minute rounds, countless, literally countless a day. But I'm definitely going there to stop the fight. You know, KO, submission. I'm going to stop the fight.
It's good. I mean, I think we covered all the questions that could possibly be asked. So appreciate everything that came out. I appreciate again Mardi Gras Casino and Resort for having us here. This is an official fight hotel for everybody. So if you want to hang out with the fighters and see them, this is where you should be staying, hanging out, everything. So this has been great. We appreciate everything. Thanks for the time. Real quick, I'll turn it over to these guys. Some of you are thanking your sponsors already. Go down the line and thank anybody you forgot or didn't mention. We'll close it out at that point.
Yeah, I want to thank Intimidation Clothing, Delphia Sports Bar, Blue Parrot, thank everybody, Spectrum Family Care, iFit24, they all can help me out a lot. I want to thank everybody I've been training with, Ryan, Wes, Butch, everybody that's been around. I just hope that I see everybody at the fight, come cheer someone. Also, I have one of my sponsors, Blue Parrot, tonight. They're the official pre-fight concert. You have Dead Face Down, Elysium, Black Market Harvest. They're all playing tonight. The fighters will be selling tickets. It'll be a good show. So just make sure you're out there. It starts at 10:30. It's on Capitol Street in Charleston, so come on down.
I just want to thank my sponsor, Combat Corner. They provided me with tons of gear, helped me tremendously, and thank all my training partners and coaches.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsors, Dean Jeffries for helping get everything together with these shirts and everything, Brandon Newsom, Health Source, Advanced Auto, Butch, Elysium. That's one of the bands that's going to be down at this fight party. We're teaming up, kind of helping each other out. Come out. Yeah, Balance for making the shirts. Balance is who made the shirts, and they did one heck of a job, man. And Cash for Gold. Go see them, man. They're on Washington Street. Them boys are crazy, and they're getting ready to open up a new shop. I think on the East End. Not really sure of the address, but them boys are crazy, and it's a good place to be.
I just want to send a little shout out to all my youth wrestlers in Jefferson, Steubenville, Ohio Valley area. Train hard. Summer wrestling makes winter champions, right, Butch? Again, with my sponsors, SmittyFloor.com, Smitty'sFloor.com, Sportatorium, Big Bully Nutrition, Tri-State Medical Group, Intimidation Clothing. I'll see you on the 18th, Alonzo.
I'd like to give a shout out to Ground Zero, which is my school, my base school. Also like to give a shout out to Butch House, MMA in Charleston. It's a good group of guys if you want to learn some MMA. It's a good place to be in Charleston. Give a shout out to Buckeye Boxing. You know, got some great boxers up there, some good professional boxers. And give a shout out to Spencer Fisher's team, Evolution Fight Team, and Phil Clark's Fight Team. And you can follow me on Facebook. I have my website coming up soon at thegodfreymma.com.
All right, guys, thanks again. Again, come see us tonight at Blue Crab at 10:30 for the official fight concert.
Oh, it's my dude. So much love. I've known him for years. He came on as long as I have. Maybe not that long, but always as long as I have.
That's my manager. I'll be up there seeing him this weekend.
You gonna be around tonight for this little party?